And so, welcome everybody. This is another session of Free to Heal, where we come together every week. We're formerly incarcerated and loved ones, and we come together every week so we can try to heal the scars that have been left on us from incarceration, whether you were the person incarcerated or whether or not you were a loved one. And in my case, I spent 12 hours in lockup, which was plenty for me. I've been teaching in the prisons for a long time. So I actually got to, when I first started teaching, I was teaching in the dormitory, like actually in the housing unit. And I got to see how close the toilet is to the bed. They're like this. And for me, that was a little problematic. So I decided I don't think I ever want to go to prison. That could be an issue for me. Miss Di back there says that the rooms are too small. Be a little sweet. They need to like knock out, they're probably going to need to knock out a wall in between some of those rooms. That's the only way she's going to be able to do it. Otherwise, they're going to have to give her the little pink pills. But anyway, I digress. So we come together every week, and our goal is number one, to be a support for each other. But also so that we can be better people. We can talk about what's healthy, as opposed to what's unhealthy. We want to focus on how do we become better people and how do we heal from those things. First of all, identify the things that prison did to us as people. Because the person that goes into prison is never the person that comes out of prison, ever. The person who is in prison, you can only function in that universe. It's its own universe. You will never, that person, the rules, the hierarchy, the politics in prison does not exist on the street. Okay. And then when you come home, the question is, who are you? Right? How do you fit back in? How do you reintegrate into society? How do we, as the people that love you, embrace you? How do we get to the place where we're all whole and we're having healthy relationships? Okay. And one of the things that happens in relationships is we start off, and this is where, Mr. Tony, I told you we'll talk about relationships. And tonight, unless anybody else has another topic that they want to discuss, I want to talk about those things that we do in relationships that cause us to get hurt feelings, that cause us pain in our relationships. Okay. And I wrote a book. It's called Hurt People Highway. Let me see. Do I have one in here? Should. But if I don't, nope, I don't have one, but I do have the workbook. And this is the workbook, Hurt People Highway, the workbook. And in the book, it's called Identifying Unhealthy Elements in Relationships. Uh-oh, I see a hand. Yes, Miss Cheryl. Go ahead and unmute it and say what you want to say, sweetie.
I'm waiting for when we start answering the question about what's the thing that happens that what you just asked. So I just want you to know I want to go first.
Go on and get it cracking. Set it off, baby. Set it off.
Okay, it's that we have expectations.
Wait,
and the
what you say?
We have expectations of others.
Mm-hmm. And the worst part about that, Miss Cheryl, is most of the time we don't even tell the person we have expectations. Mm-hmm. They should already know. That's like my least favorite. Oh, wait, y'all. Wait, I'm so sorry. Wait 1 second. Thank you guys. Sorry about that. Was having a delivery of a computer and they didn't deliver it. But anyway, so Cheryl, like I was saying, we will have expectations. My least favorite statement ever is, why should I have to tell him? He should already know. And it always usually come with that shaking of the head and frowning up, they rolling of the neck and all of that stuff. It come with all of that. I don't know. I shouldn't have to tell him. Okay, but where did they teach mind reading? Because I never went, I didn't see that in none of my college courses. It wasn't available. And I certainly didn't learn it in the hood. So I want, so you're right, Cheryl. That is one of the biggest things, is that if you have expectations and you don't tell somebody what that is, then how do they know? Even worse than that, Cheryl, or to add to that, is the fact that before you spend or invest a lot of time in a relationship, you should express what your expectations are and give the person the opportunity to tell you whether they think they can or cannot live up to them expectations.
Well,
It has to
if
be
a
at the beginning.
person would get to know people first, they would know what you might not want to expect anything from those people. So that's why it's good to get to know people, and not so people always are attracted by the way a person looks, and that makes them want to have sex. So that's not a reason to get you a prostitute or something and get do that, but get you no. If you don't want to, like, and so then they be having sex with no condoms, they get people pregnant, they don't even know these girls. And you got to get to know somebody. Do you want your child to have that girl for a mother? Is she a nice person? It's a whole bunch with that. And you got to get to know people, because you'll sure know everybody be on their best behavior for 3 months. And then in 3 months, they go back to their regular self. And
So
you all
Cheryl, let me
invested
tell you
in.
this. So
Uh-huh.
let me tell you how your friend Noreen is the prime example. I am the poster child for what you just said. I'm gonna tell y'all all my business, okay? I met my husband. Within a month, we had decided we was getting married. Within must have been 4 or 5 months, I was pregnant. So by the time the wedding came around, I was like 5 months pregnant. We had set a date. My mother had ordered fabric. She was going to make this fabulous dress. We had put down deposits on these places. Long story short is that I refused to walk down the aisle pregnant. My vanity kicked in. I'm not doing that. But I married him anyway. But by the time I married him, I knew he was irresponsible. I knew he was. He had shown me that. But the thing was, it was only a few months and I was pregnant. So then everything, all the choices after that, Cheryl, were about trying to hopefully give my son a nuclear family like I didn't have. But then it just got to a point I just couldn't do it anymore. Like I felt like he gonna always have a crisis financially, and we ain't gonna never have nothing. But I am exactly who you're talking about. I met him. Now, mind you, this also was, to be fair and be totally transparent, this was in the 80s, okay? This was early 80s. It's so much more dangerous now than it was then to do that, but people are not intentional about the selection process. They're not intentional. And one of the ways in this book is what you describe is why we get hurt. And one of those is engaging in sexual relationships too early. So what we start doing is we engage in that. I'm gonna show y'all something. So you really need to be paying attention when you are first in a relationship. Like you said, Cheryl, you give about 3 months and the mask will fall off. And okay, but this is what happens when you start having sex, because the little signs, the warning signs are there. They're waving. But see, if I'm having sex and I'm going, oh, I missed it. Okay, flag on the play, flag on the play. Okay, now it's a big old waving sign, and now they got the ones that they put in the street, with all the letters and stuff. Danger, danger! Don't go down here. Okay, and we still not listening, because by that time we caught up in the sex. Oh, and oh my goodness, then we get in the feeling zone. Oh boy, what happens in the feeling zone ain't one thing. I don't know what happens there, but I can tell you what don't happen, and that's thinking, analysis, evaluating the truth of the situation. That's what we don't do in the feeling zone. The feeling zone, whether you mad, sad, happy, glad, whatever, you're not thinking. You're not thinking about consequences. You're not thinking, Cheryl, about whether or not this is the right person that I want to father or mother my children. We don't think about what they're going to do and how that's going to affect everything. What would my mom think about this person? How are they going to blend into our family? Because when you get together and you marry, you merge families. And that is a real thing. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Come.
Well, I didn't merge families when I got married. I just merged my husband because I was married to him. That's it. I didn't merge the family. Like, we didn't do that. I didn't do that. I just merged him with me because I was married to him. My bad. That's what I did.
Well, but guess what? Whether you did or didn't, your kids are still they still his family, yeah, right? So, but that's good.
Yeah, we didn't.
But we know what that is, right? So the reality is they didn't do that, right? So okay, so her husband's family didn't do all the get-togethers and stuff like that.
No.
So they didn't. So she didn't even really have an opportunity, right? And even if they did, there was a little side, and so she wasn't gonna be doing that no how. But the reality is that her children have their DNA, right? So that means that she got to work extra hard, and this is the kind of stuff, Cheryl, that you talk about, right? Like that you need to be thinking about this kind of stuff. Cheryl.
Yes. So this is another thing too, and that sex, you get some skilled people, and women who have never had a climax before. You get a guy, she immediately thinks she in love, but that's what happens with sex. People, they think that good sex equates to love, and it's nothing but lust, because then you get pregnant, the guy don't want to be around you no more, you get pregnant, you get moody, and you guys it's a lot of the times you got baby 14, 15, 16. You guys are too young to even be in relationships like that. But now I was with a friend, she taught dance, and the little girl she used to teach dance to got pregnant in 6th grade. Her and the boy had sex at the elementary school and didn't even know what they was doing. The girl mother took her to the doctor, said, I think her appendix is busted. They took her in the back, and the lady came out and said, your daughter's about to have her baby. Then the lady said, she's a virgin. How's she having a baby? So, yeah.
And listen, it can happen. There's actually a whole show of people who didn't know that they like a reality show about people who were having a baby. They went to the emergency room only to find out they're about to deliver. Yeah, I didn't know I was pregnant. Okay. So, and especially if you're in the 6th grade and you don't know nothing about anatomy, you don't know nothing about nothing, right? You wind up not knowing what's going on, and there's a lot of that going on. But for adults, and I want to say this too, for people who went into prison young, they don't come out with a lot of relationship experience. So even though they're older, they still have the emotional development of a younger person. Teenagers in a lot of instances, because that's when they went into prison. The experience isn't there. Okay. And there are sometimes that they need assistance in understanding how relationships function and what an adult relationship looks like. But that's not necessarily a negative. Go ahead. You want to say something?
That happened to me. I went in at 16, I got out 23. But the thing that we try to do is show what we do with our mothers and them, what they did, and we saw on TV. You know what I mean? So that's where it comes to everybody be like, me personally, I would like, my mama told me I'd be a gentleman. You know what I mean? So when it comes down to, a lot of these females out here don't even deserve that right there because they don't even have morals no more. But then I get hurt, and that brings frustrated. Like you say, she don't want to be with me, or I don't want to be with her. It's there to become a weekend thing, or everything. We try to hold on to something that's not there because obviously we both probably didn't know. But the majority of the time relations I've been in, I didn't know because I went in so young.
Yeah.
So I try to apply stuff, books, TV, my mom, my dad, and stuff like that. And then, like I said, we didn't have that consistency of having relationships going through. We just get out here and relationship. Everybody want to be in one, but then they don't want to put the time in.
Well, that's an excellent point, and thank you for sharing that, because what happens is that even if you had some experience, you didn't have a consistent experience. There are some things you learn in relationship just by doing it. But guess what you learn mostly in relationships that you don't know when you don't have it? You don't know who you are in a relationship. You don't know what you want and what you like in a relationship. People might be able to talk about what they like physically. They might even, like, women have these lists, he got to be this, he got to make this much, he got to all that kind of stuff. But those are not the things that typically break up relationships. It's the little things. It's the little ways. I was telling somebody the other day, they were talking about their marriage. And I said, listen, a marriage, you got to think of it as a muscle. If you don't exercise it, it gets flabby. You got to put in the work on it every day. I said, what I want you to do is, in your mind, get in the habit before you go to sleep at night of asking yourself, what did I do toward my marriage today? Not your children, not the bills, not keeping the backyard clean, not getting the car washed, no. What did you do to shore up your marriage today? To exercise your marriage. What that will cause you to do is think about it. Okay, it's going to cause you to have to think about what you did. It's going to cause you to consciously be thinking about, how do I nurture? What are the ways that I can invest in my marriage every day? Okay, because what tends to happen, particularly people who do the traditional thing, they get married, they have kids. When you do that, the day-to-day tends to take over. The mundane, kids need milk. They got to go to soccer practice. They got cheerleading practice. The trash need to go out, this, and that, right? And then the marriage is just a thing. Yes, ma'am.
Well, I got married at 25. Was I young? Yes, I was. I was still young. I was still naive to a lot of things. I knew about being a wife because I seen it in my family. I had a grandmother. I had two grandmothers that I watched as myself growing up. But all the actual
Can't hear her.
Oh, she can't hear you.
All the actual work to put into a marriage, I didn't know all of that. I knew some things, but I didn't know all of the things. But for me, like I said, I think I was entirely too young, but I was only 25 years old. But once again, I already had a baby. So I was trying to do the right thing by getting married, making it work, doing what you need to do to have a family. Once, like Noreen said, give my kids something that I wanted to last. And that's how my role I played in my marriage. I wanted it to work. I wanted to last until I got tired of it. And when I was tired of it, I walked away.
Mm-hmm. And
thank you.
Go ahead, Sure. You want to say something?
No, I said to her, thank you.
Yeah. And a lot of times that's what happens. So one of the things I want us to think about is being intentional about being in a relationship. What do I mean by that? I mean, we need to think about what we want to get from a relationship, but what we want to give and be in a relationship. Okay? What do I want to invest? But this requires you to know who you are. So people just coming home from incarceration, more time often than not, you got to figure out who you are first. You got to get your footing, you got to get your ID, you got to deal with the PO, you got all these different things, and there's not a lot of room left on your plate. Now, if you happen to be fortunate enough to be married, what that means is now you got extra responsibility and extra things, and it's a lot harder. We've discovered in this group that we have come to the consensus in this group that it's best if a person's been gone for a long time that they go to a halfway house first before they go home to their wife. Why? So that they can get to understand who they are and build up who they are and all of that before they start trying to live with and take the full responsibility of being a husband or a wife. So these are things that we learned along the way, and we've come to that consensus. And everybody, doesn't mean that everybody agrees, but for the most part, when we were having the conversation, that was the consensus, that it's probably best, if you've been gone a long time, before you run to go live with a significant other, that you take some time to learn who you are, get a grip of yourself, and get yourself a foundation, and then you can move from there. Okay, so now some of the other ways that we get hurt: putting someone else's needs before your own.
Yep.
There's a lot of that, and let me tell you how it starts off. So you want to go to the movies? Yeah. What you want to go see? I want to go see whatever you want to see.
Here.
I don't care. Yes, I do. I don't do horror movies. Okay, and now you want to take me to see some crazy sci-fi, something with some bunch of blood and guts and gore, and I'm like this. No, I don't do horror. Okay. All right. But I got to be responsible enough to tell you that. Otherwise, how do you know? You don't know. But after the 5th horror movie, right? I don't want to go to the movies. Well, why not? I don't like horror. Well, why didn't you say so?
Noreen, is this, but you've been going. What's wrong?
See?
What's wrong now?
Now you changing up. That's called a bait and switch.
Yep.
That's called a bait and switch.
And that's how your feelings get hurt.
And that's how your feelings get hurt.
Because you didn't speak up for yourself.
Because you wasn't honest from the beginning. That mask fell off, and you was just doing that, trying to get him because you want to appear to be sweet. Listen, you could be sweet and not like horror movies. I'm sweet as pie. Sweet potato pie, as a matter of fact.
One more thing.
Yes.
I have done that a lot, but I don't do it for that. I just do it because I'm trying to be passive, because it's like, I don't really care about going to the movies, first and foremost. I never really go to the movies. So the person that invites me to the movie, we go. What do you want to watch? It really don't matter. Because when you sit in jail, well, I know it, you watch it on the TV sometimes. We have no choice. So I found out that a lot of things entertain me that I didn't know. But a lot of times, me going out, taking initiative to go and watch it, I never really like going to it. Like, I just watch TV, watch movies because it's there. So when a person asks me to go to a movie, I go with you. I'm not tripping, but then you want to watch whatever you want to watch. Yeah. And not because I'm trying to be like this. I'm trying to be passive because I really don't take interest in going to do that.
Right.
You know, I just go because you want to go. And not, you know what I mean?
Like, yeah, I do understand. And I understand, and listen, there's nothing wrong with it as long as you're not covering up who you really are, what you really like, and what you really want to try to get along.
As long as you said beforehand, hey, I really don't like going to movies, but if that's what you want to do, I'll go with you. As long as that person knows, so I won't keep asking you to go to the movies because I know you don't want to go. We can try to do something else. What else you like to do? You know what I'm saying? But you have to speak up for yourself.
Right. Yeah. It's that way they know who they're getting in a relationship with. Right. And it's just as simple, because see, it doesn't sound like you have a problem with the movies. You just not like, that's just not a big thing. Right. So what you just explaining what you just said is helpful information, so that it's not the first thing that somebody would recommend that you guys do when they get together, when y'all get together. Right. So that's helpful. Being involved in a relationship without agreeing to what kind of relationship you are in and what each person's role is in the relationship. So one of the reasons that I always like to know, what are we doing? What is the nature of this relationship? Is because, not because I'm trying to marry every dude I meet. No. What I'm trying to figure out is, what's my job? What responsibility should I take on in this relationship? So if we just kicking it, whatever that means, then I don't have no responsibility to do your laundry, take your mama to the doctors, get your stuff from the grocery store, take your clothes to the cleaners. I don't have none of that. I don't have no response. I don't even have a responsibility to answer your call when you call if I don't feel like talking, because we just kicking it. Okay? Now, on the other hand, if we are trying to invest in each other, and that's what our intention is, and we trying to be exclusive, and we looking to have a long-term relationship, then my level of responsibility ticks up. But I need to know what you expect from me. That's why it requires conversation. I will tell you this, I wrote in the book, if it's not defined, it's nothing. Let me say that again. If there's no definition, people don't want to do labels. Or if there's no label, no definition, it's nothing.
Clear understanding.
It means it's nothing. You don't have nothing. If you guys can't decide what it is, if you can't verbalize it, then it's nothing. Okay? So now, again, and let me say this right behind it. 2 consenting adults can consent to whatever they want. It doesn't have to look like it looks on television. It doesn't have to look like what your parents thought it should look like. It doesn't have to look like what your friends think it is. You can consent to whatever it is that you want as long as you're not hurting nobody and doing nothing illegal, right? But understand what that is. And this is the other thing. Whatever you guys agree to, the other person, you may change, your feelings may change as you move in the relationship. You may want more than what you have. That's okay. What you're obligated to do is say, I need to talk about it. I'm feeling this way. Maybe I want more. Maybe I want less, whatever that is. But you're obligated to communicate that. If you don't communicate it, you're subject to get your feelings hurt. Because they don't know that you're expecting more from them because you're more invested. Okay? So you got to be the one to say it. Now, let me also say this. The other person is not obligated to want to give more just because you want more. If you started off in this relationship and we just get together, once a month or whatever, and they like it like that, and now you think, oh, you know what, I really want to spend more time with you. I want to see you every week. And they're like, but you know what, I'm okay with once a month. You got 2 choices, stay or go. But you can't, they're not obligated to renegotiate. So just remember that, okay? Yes, but you are subject to get your feelings hurt if you don't say anything. And if you put it out there and they don't want what you want, it's your responsibility to protect your heart. It is not somebody else's job. It is not their job to protect your heart. That is your responsibility. That was the one thing that I learned that actually helped me heal and grow and be healthy more than anything else, is for me to take responsibility for protecting my heart. I can't leave that to somebody else. I can't leave it to their understanding of what I want. Okay? Another one, assuming a position in a relationship without having a direct, specific conversation and agreement with the other person that this is your role or position. Example, acting like a wife when you haven't been chosen as a girlfriend yet.
Yeah.
Okay?
Hey.
Right, Cheryl?
That's it right there.
Baby, you start going over, you cooking. Look, they come over, Cheryl. We cooking our best. The thing we cook the best, I fry real good chicken, right? Cheryl.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so I start frying chicken, got the pots busting, all that, everything is all nice. They don't even have to take out the trash when they go. I'm setting it all up. Oh, your mama gotta go to the doctor? Okay, well, I'm off. Don't worry about it, baby. I got you. Oh, you know what? I was in the store and I saw these jeans right here and I thought they would look good on you and I just bought them and then you ain't even a girlfriend yet. And now you mad when you show up unannounced one day to what you think is your man's house, only to see he got somebody else frying chicken in the kitchen. Oh,
there you go. There you go.
What you had was a situationship.
You knock on the door, he opened it up, and then you see her, and he tried to close the door back up on you. Who told you to come over here?
He bold enough that he didn't even try to do that. He invite you in.
Oh, wait.
I done seen that happen. Invite you. I have a friend literally that happened to. He went downstairs in the garage, let her park her car in the underground parking, took her upstairs, and when she hit the corner on that door, it was another woman cooking in the kitchen. So I know it can happen. We ain't speculating. This can happen.
It does happen.
Okay, far too often. So again, why are you assuming a role that you haven't been given? Okay, that's how you get your feelings hurt. You start doing things and you say, all the stuff I did for him. Who told you to do that?
I was going to say, who told you to do it? That's what you expecting to do that stuff and expecting something from him for what you feel like doing, and you just another one of the girls.
You just another one on the chain. You auditioning, and the role ain't even open.
Oh wait.
Yeah, you in that feeling zone. You all in your feelings, but guess what? You the only one feeling that though, Miss Di. You the only one feel that like that. He ain't told you he felt like that.
But you assuming that because you was over there fried chicken last week.
Let me tell you this. If he don't tell you he love you, he don't.
No, he don't. I'm gonna tell y'all, no, he don't.
Yeah, he do when the sex come and he ejaculates. I tell people
he
no,
in lust. He in lust.
No, that's love. That feeling is pure love.
That's lust, girl.
It might be for 5 seconds, but that's some pure love. A man tell you he love you, he might not ever remember your name, but when he say I love you, baby, guess what? He really did at that moment love you, because that's the wonderful
He ain't
feeling.
gonna never remember your name, Cheryl.
Ain't gonna remember your name. Yeah, man. I had a girl once. Oh, wait, yeah.
Okay, so listen, never, and listen, I want you guys to know this ain't exclusive to women.
Yeah, don't assume nothing.
Because let me tell y'all something. Y'all go out and y'all start playing daddy, stepdaddy, and taking them to the park and buying the McDonald's and buying their cleats and signing them up for football and all that. Anybody told you to do all that? Anybody told you to do all that?
Take the dog to the groomer.
Okay, they took the dog to the groomer, Di? Okay.
Yeah.
Take the dog to the groomer, try to get in their panties, huh? Look, yeah, well, guess what? Okay, that is not an entree into the panties, y'all. Just so you know. I just want the record to be reflect, Mr. Hilton. Not just in case. I don't want you to miss it.
Not for the girls are free to hear.
Wait, what'd you say, Cheryl?
Not for the girls are free to hear. Might be for some girls somewhere else.
Yeah, you right. Yeah, because for us, those of us that's freed and we've been trying to heal, no, it's going to take a little bit more than that. We got to have an understanding about what it is that we're doing, right? So, again, engaging in a sexual relationship before it's too soon. Getting into a sex-only relationship, the booty call. That's another recipe for disaster. That's asking for trouble. It's asking to be hurt. Because guess what? There ain't no responsibility for nobody. And I'm not obligated to you for nothing. Okay? That is a problem. And getting involved with somebody that's already involved with somebody else.
Red flag number 5. Red flag number 15.
That's red on the flag. List. See, let me get the book. 15. Okay. Okay. Let me just say this. For anybody that is under the sound of my voice, whether this is live, you hearing this, or whether this is on YouTube, or whether somebody told you about this, a person that is in a relationship is not available to be in a relationship with you.
Say it again.
A person that is in a relationship is not available to be in a relationship with you.
Thank you.
Okay. Y'all got that?
Because
guess what?
They spend time with me though. They buy stuff.
Well, and how much time? You Fridays? I know a guy.
Thank you. Say it out loud.
You Friday night, Cheryl?
He works a lot. So when he off, he comes see me.
What happened when he off?
No, he works a lot. So the days that he get off, because he tell me he do a lot of overtime. So the days that he get off, he'll come see me.
And let me ask you this: do you ever get to go see him at his house on his days off, or do he only come see you?
He come see me because he busy. He just comes.
Okay, but when he off, but when he's off, Miss Cheryl.
He comes to my house because he wants to see me so bad. So he'll just come over and stay with me.
Okay, but you don't. Okay. Let me ask you this. Okay, let's put the.
Everybody, hold on.
This gonna be the definitive, Miss Cheryl. This gonna be it right here.
Let's do a disclaimer.
Wait.
Noreen. Let's do a disclaimer. We role playing now, guys. That ain't because you ain't doing me no kind of way.
Disclaimer. Okay, right. But Miss Cheryl, this is what I want to know.
Got you.
Cause what I'm trying to figure out is he with me on Sundays and on holidays. So I'm gonna tell you that any man spend the Sundays and holidays with his woman. Where are you on Sundays and holidays?
I go to church because he told me he gonna work on Sunday.
Oh, whooper. I'm gonna whooper. I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna pull up on Cigato right now.
I gotta fight you because you know what?
She said, I go to church.
You go to church. So you in church 24/7, 24 hours on Sunday. You
No,
got
he
to
tell
listen.
he tell me what day he gonna get off and I be home and I have the food ready and stuff when he get there.
Hey, wait, I know a man, I kid you not, I was in college. I went went home with this girl that lived down the hall from me in the dorm. And we went to her family house for Thanksgiving. And her dad had a woman, but her mother was his wife. But this lady been his girlfriend for so long that the daughter took me over there to see the dad at the girlfriend's house. And let me tell y'all something. He had a lazy boy recliner, and she would bring his food on a tray.
That was her man.
And it was her what?
That was her man.
Ooh.
When he with her, that's her man.
Ooh.
And when he at home,
When he's over there, Noreen, you cater to him, dear. That's why he comes back.
yes, they do.
But listen, y'all, but he
Yes,
had the
they
lazy
do.
boy, y'all.
Yes, they do.
She was bringing it on a TV tray.
Yes, they do.
He didn't even have to get up, go to the kitchen,
Yes, they do.
and wrench around the kitchen there and wrench around
Yes,
the pot
they
to
do.
get the plate.
Yes, they do.
He home when he has the time to spend with me. And I appreciate it because I know he's busy. He pays my rent. He gives me nice gifts. And I'm glad that he takes the time sometimes to come see me because he works really hard.
And let me tell y'all this.
Is that the side hoe? Just saying. Side chick.
That's the side hoe.
Okay, side hoe. That's
it's
okay.
And bottom line is, a piece of man ain't better than no man at all. I'm trying to tell. No, it's
That's
not.
what they said. I'd rather have him.
A piece of man.
A piece of man. I know he got a wife. But he still spends time with me, like Cheryl said. And he's doing stuff for me when he has time. And that's okay with me.
Well, the problem is that those of us that come to Free to Heal.
Oh, that ain't okay with me.
That ain't okay.
That's not okay with me.
Okay. Hey, look, let me just tell y'all who I am.
That's not okay.
It ain't okay with me no more.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, please. Thank you. Yes. Because let me tell you something. Been there, done it. Y'all hear us role playing. We could fall right into and we got all the answers for why all this supposed to work. Not because some shit we heard. We done it.
We've been there.
We've been there, done it. So I'm just telling y'all, but now I'm the top shelf liquor, baby. You got to pay the price. And that don't mean money. Okay, everybody can't just walk into the liquor store and go get the little four thing of champagne, the pink champagne. No, this is the Hennessy VSOP special behind the thing with the people. Okay, and you gonna have to invest something to get all that. Listen, if you only the cold with it, the that's the hoe. Yeah, exactly. That's her. But I'm not her, okay? If you want me chilled, honey, you're gonna have to put some ice, okay? You gonna have to do a little ice, you know what I'm saying? You gotta put a little effort, okay? What that mean? That mean you need to have a freezer, damn it, that got some ice or at least some money to go buy some. And look, I don't care where you got it from. What you gotta do is you gotta invest, okay? You gotta make deposits here to get withdrawals. Okay, you get as much out of me as you're willing to invest. This needs to be a fair exchange. And that's not to say that every relationship is 50-50, because that's not true.
That's not true.
What's going to happen is at any given moment in a healthy relationship, one person may be given more than another in a particular, and it will shift. Yes.
That's the real relationship is going to shift.
But sometimes people give more thinking and hoping that it's going to equal up sometimes.
They do.
You know, so it comes out like we started off trying to make something that's probably not going to never be, because we didn't start off 50-50. We started off 60-40 or 70-30, trying to hope that it'd get there and never get there. So, like you say, communication is key, but at the end of the day, I came in trying to be 70-30, and I think it's going to get there, never got there, and then Everybody want to get hurt.
And that's the thing, is to make sure that what you're investing up front is something, number one, like you ever hear the saying, don't loan money you can't afford to lose?
That you don't have
So that you don't have to lose or to give away. Don't loan it, okay? So I say that the same thing about your heart and your time and your energy, your money, your resources. You don't do that unless you're getting enough return. And let me tell you this, everybody's return is different. I don't get to tell Di what's acceptable for her. If that man, if he only coming on Sunday, Cheryl, and that work for you, okay, when you get out of church and that's all you need,
that's good for you.
Now, I would encourage you to be real careful, because his wife might not like that.
No, she's not.
And she might be willing, even on a Sunday, to dispense that ass whooping.
He's not married.
Be careful.
He's not married. He told me he's never been married, but he has a child.
Wait. What you say, Cheryl?
He's not married. He has a child, but him and the girl, they kind of get along. But and he takes the baby out, he takes the daughter out because she's 13 now. So he spends time with her too, And I thank God for sending him, because I met him at church.
He said she was at church. Oh, I love you, Miss Cheryl.
We really need to do this in person, so you could cause no, seriously, we need to record this, because I'm telling you, somebody that heard, listen, this been done before. Trust me, these are not conversations. We didn't just.
But I want the guys who are just getting out, and I wanted to say to you guys, welcome home. Welcome home to all of you. But you with the 45 years, welcome home. You with the 25, for real, welcome, you guys. But this is a world now that it's not like it was. When I was a teenager, you go out, you meet a guy at a party, have sex with him in the people garage, and you go home, you'll never see him again. You don't know his name or nothing. But you can't do that anymore, because they got stuff that's getting ready to kill you now, stuff you can't get rid of now. And you really should get to know these people, because some of these people that look just like women ain't women no more.
They're not. And
you
then
just got to be careful.
Then
you
some of the
really
women, Cheryl,
are
crazy.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of stalkers out here. And the women nowadays are as aggressive as men, and they will hurt you.
They say, I had one woman, not because you got one woman say, "Oh, it's not. I'm like a nigga. I just have sex." That was she said.
Wow.
So she got this dude, that dude, instead of just sex. Like I remember women had moral. My mama, when I came up, my mama taught us moral. Women cook, clean, and man, what it is. Nowadays, the women just say, "Oh, it's just sex." And what you want to do last night? Oh man, I just started.
But let me tell you this though, that's a lie. I'm gonna tell you. No, I'm gonna tell you what they. No, I know they say it, but I'm gonna tell you this because I've heard the dragon drama too. Men and women haven't really changed. Men still want a lady in the street and a freak in the bed.
True.
They still want that. That hasn't changed. Women still want to be secure in our position as your woman. Trust me. They think, because they've heard it, particularly young women think through the culture and music and all those things, that somehow it's okay and that they can do that. But what really inside, when they're alone and by themselves, the truth of the matter is their feelings are hurt. Right. They don't want to be treated like it's just sex. First of all, neither do men. Oh, I'm sure, because there's a culture out here now of telling people that's what it is, but it's not really true. Just like a man, I don't care. Men have more of a capacity to make sex just a physical thing than women. But let me tell you this: men don't want to be treated like a piece of meat neither, right?
But
come here and give it to me. What kind of man is getting excited about that?
But they think they can do it, and they start off doing that, and both sides pick up feelings.
They do. They do. Because I can tell you from here, I walk the walk that I talk. And so I had a guy, and the guy was like, he was dealing drugs. And I told him, I said, listen, you can't be my man because you deal drugs. and I talk too much stuff to the police. Okay, I talk to them in their face. I just be telling them all kind of stuff and hold them accountable and stuff. So I can't. I can't be with a drug dealer because they would love nothing more than to take me down for me being with you. I said, but I tell you what, though, I don't have a regular sex partner. You could be that if you want. And he said, okay. And baby, he pulled out all the stops and all the tricks. I used to call him tricks. He was excellent, right? Score, Nor. Homie start catching feelings. And then I had to back him up. And then one day he called y'all and it was so sad. He go, you don't want me. And he never called again. And I was okay with that because I told him up front what it was, right? And that's all he could be. But at the end of the day, so he was the one catching feelings on that ticket. I was okay with, because what that meant to me, that this is only a sex only relationship at that point, was I only do it when I say so. Why? Because I'm not going to do it so often that I start getting invested.
All in my feelings.
Okay, because then I get where? Feelings. Okay, that ain't a good place for me to be on a sex only relationship.
This what you do. After that, you go to the door and to want a fried chicken. Hey, so how come the guys, why the guys ain't saying nothing?
I love you for the show, baby. So good.
Okay, so now that we done went through that, I think I went through all this stuff on the list, and now I'm gonna go through, and I want Hilton, I'm gonna ask you to unmute and give us any of your thoughts on the conversation.
Because I sure want to hear their thoughts.
I'm just laughing. I'm steadily laughing over here. You know what I mean? Hey, check this out. I'll be honest with you, right? I've been out what, on 90 days now? And going on 90 anyway. And I've had 3 opportunities, excuse me, to have to start a relationship. And I backed away. I said, I don't want that right now in my life.
Yeah.
Right now, what I'm trying to do is get on my feet. And I'm having a hard time doing that. I got me 2 opportunities. I got one job and I work at Dodger Stadium. And the other job, I'm getting ready to go for an interview, which would be Sprouts Farmers Market. They're opening one up over here on Lawndale. And I don't need a female in my life right now. I lived 45 years without one. Hey, that's just me.
Yeah.
All right. That's just me.
You're right. You're right.
But I do
Let me say this to you. I appreciate you so much. I appreciate you for coming out and being, not that you all right, but understanding that this is the thing I tell people. That's the worst thing you can do is get into a relationship. Now, if you've been married and your wife been coming to see you for all the years you've been gone, and you guys have to have some kind of relationship. So yeah, but if you just coming and you just need the sex, that's why I be telling people, get a prostitute and stuff and use a condom. But this is the thing. You cannot be in a relationship. I messed with this guy around the corner in 1979, 80. When I came home, and I'm always truthful. This thing, he helped me clean my yard. We pulled all the weeds up. We did stuff. He took me where I needed to go. And then he kept wanting to come in the house, and I finally let him come in. And this nigga tells me, I just wanted to get the PUSSY after 17 and a half years, be the first one. But so that started to hurt my feelings, right? And stuff, because he was my support. And that's how I looked at him. I didn't really care about that part, but I got hurt because now you did this. Now you going back, hanging out with your friends and stuff, be in your garage, and still come over. They had a key to the house and everything. But emotionally, I was not prepared to be in a relationship because I didn't know myself in the street yet. I've been gone a long time. I know myself in prison. I know how I am, but out here, this is a very big world. I'm not aware of how everybody moves now, and I need to know how Cheryl moves. So
there's a reason why I did that 45 years behind a unhealthy relationship in the first place. Now she did time too. But the fact of the matter is we separated in 1980. We fell in 79. Now, all that time, I found who I was. All right.
Mhm.
I realized what I need in my life and who I am. I don't need somebody. I don't need to be a dog. I don't need to have just a piece of meat, in my life. Okay. Yeah. Do I think about it a lot? Hell yeah, I do. Who wouldn't? I walk past these females that I hear, and they're trying to sell their stuff to me, and I don't want it.
Mhm.
I don't want none of that in my life. What I want is to get on my feet first. That's my one priority. Once I do that and I get out of this house and I get into my own home, then I'll start looking at something that, I want to have. I'm going to church. And when I find somebody in church, that's going to be my number one. All right.
Just be
My
careful of
number
them
one,
too. Be careful of them too. Look, they in the church too. Look, the
I'm
whole
telling
church
you,
too.
they got it going on
The
in
whole
church too.
church.
Right. I see it. I see it. Right. I see it. I'm not going to be no trick.
No, but listen, if you follow all the other stuff we talking about, okay, you won't have to worry about getting the hoe in the church because she in there. But you're not gonna catch her because she gonna be too busy trying to get somebody else. But I really, 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 really appreciate your honesty and your contribution to this conversation. Thank you.
But hold on. Let me say this
Then-
about the church. If you in church and they come up and try to holler at you, then wait for the woman that just is in church, really there to worship.
Well,
Because
that's
some people go to
that's
church to look for a man too.
true. I get it. But now back up. This is the conversation that you guys started out with in the first place on healthy relationships versus unhealthy relationships. That's why I got onto this group.
Yep.
All
Yep.
right.
Yep.
And now you know the reason why I got onto this group.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I'm not playing no games with nobody. I got people watching me all the time.
Uh-huh.
I got POs too that I got to answer to. And they tell me that if I get into a serious relationship, they want to know who this person is. They want to know their name and everything so they can do a background check on them.
Yep.
And I'm like, hold up, pump your brakes. I'm not even interested. So there it is there. He goes, oh, is that right? Well, I know I got people watching, but the thing is, I'm really not interested. I do see
Other
people.
priorities right now.
Right. I see all kinds of things going on in front of me, but I'm not interested in nothing of that. It's what I want to do is get on my feet, make myself supported. I support myself and I'll be happy.
Awesome. That's great. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Tony, I want to ask you if any comments on the topic tonight. This is called our check out.
This this kind of subject is very interesting, because I don't have a lot of experience for the relationship. I just for the listening and then learning something.
Good. Well, you know what? Listen, just remember what we said. When the time comes, just remember all the things that you hear us say, okay? And then if you ever find yourself in a situation where you think you might want to be in a relationship, somebody you think you're interested in, bring her here and let us give her the once
I was
over.
going to say, bring her
Bring
and
her
let
here
her
and let
meet
her.
her.
Yeah,
No, we got your back. We're gonna give her the once over and we're gonna make sure she's all right and make sure she's interested in the right things. Right. Because
Okay.
we want her to love you for you, okay, and not for what you can do and all those kinds of things. But hopefully, like you say, that I hope that you enjoyed being with us this week, and I really appreciate you. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So, Mr. Darius, final comments or thoughts?
Am I unmuted? Okay. Well, I can say this much for me personally. It was, it was almost back-to-back relationships that I had since I've been out, and I kept telling them what I wanted. I'm like, look, I'm just now getting out of jail. I want to get my job. I want to get this. I want to get this. I'm, oh, well, we can move together. No, I got to live by myself. You feel me? I gotta live by myself for at least a year and a half. You know what I'm saying? I said, look, I've been sharing rooms with people. I'm cool with that. But well, I can spend the night. No, you can't. I want to wake up,
Wait.
because I'm gonna tell you, right. My little sister went on a cruise a couple of weeks ago, and I stayed to watch her apartment. Right, she got a 1-bedroom apartment. Man, I didn't want to leave.
Yeah, that
Hey,
peace.
hey, I mean, I'm coming home. I'm like, it was because when she showed up, right? She said, "Boy, you done made yourself at home." I said, "Yeah, I'm finna get me. I gotta hurry up and get mine. I gotta
Yeah.
hurry up and get mine." You know what I'm saying?
Walk around in your underwear, anybody worried about it? You know.
Yeah. You know, you walk around with no clothes on. You know what I'm saying? You
Exactly.
know, you ain't gotta worry
Exactly.
about nobody.
That's what she
You know,
mean.
yeah. But you know, these individuals, they was like, well, no. I was like, yeah, this ain't gonna work for me. I got to get up out of here. And you know, I was talking to one of my brothers up north, and we was like, what did happen to these females in the last? Because we both did like 20 something years, 29 plus, and we like, what happened to these girls in the last 29 years? They all crazy.
Yeah, there's
Y'all,
a lot of misinformation for
Y'all.
one. There's
y'all,
We
y'all,
was in jail. We was in jail.
y'all.
listen, listen.
Y'all wanna play
You
Jimmy
know
Games with
what?
feelings, baby.
One of the things is there was a lot of tearing down of societal norms and things. So things you were accustomed to, they just don't play by those rules anymore. But again, like I said earlier, though, the problem with that is that inside, men and women really haven't changed. Men still want the same thing and women still want the same thing. And so you can't have that and you live in this extra life, and all this, and women talking about, oh, I could just do it for, no. It doesn't work. And this is why there's so much trauma and so much hurt. So women have changed. It's been a necessity too, though. Let's be clear about that. So that's where the y'all is true. I saw something, I think Miss Cheryl sent it to me, of a guy talking about, one guy was talking about how Black women have become so masculine. And the guy was saying, yeah, but you got to remember, they've been raising the kids, going to work, doing all these different things because they had masculine responsibilities. Okay, you can't be mad because you wasn't there to take care of them and allow them. But I could tell you for sure, I have always had more responsibility than I feel like I ever wanted. Okay, as a woman, it would have been, I can tell y'all, I would have been real good at taking care of the house and just being pretty. I could have done that. I think and fried my chicken. I think I could have done that. I think I could have mastered that. Okay. But I didn't have that. That wasn't an option for me. So because my husband was irresponsible, I couldn't. So was that supposed to mean I wasn't never supposed to have a house? Yeah, you supposed to. No, I had to go buy my own. Okay. No iPhone sharing, no sharing. Mm-mm. Who you sharing with? Somebody, I didn't do that. Somebody else is sharing. I think that might be.
Roberta's on an iPhone. Is her
Roberta's on the
picture here?
iPhone. Maybe her phone is sharing. Anyway, Roberta, is your phone sharing, sweetheart? Whoever iPhone is. Okay, there we go. Okay, we're back. So we're back. But yeah, so
Miss Noreen, real quick before you
go ahead.
I had to take my nephew back, so I have to take my nephew back home, so I got to leave now.
Go ahead, sweetheart. Thank you for being here. I'm glad you got to check out though and give
All
us
right.
your conversation. Have a great week and hopefully we'll see you next week, okay?
Bring some more
Enjoy and stay
Okay, I
hydrated
will
and
be
enjoy
here
your
next
mom,
week.
okay?
Okay, yeah, my nephew right now. I got to get.
All right.
All right, bye everybody. Have a good one.
Okay.
Later.
Mr. Carwell, unmute and talk to me. What's your thoughts on the conversation?
Well, I just want to say one thing, hooking up is nothing new. People been hooking up for generations. But one thing that I noticed after being gone 25 years is the hookups is way different than when I was out.
Okay.
When I was out in 99, you needed to have a street game because there was fine women on the streets. Hey, what's up? Wait, what are you doing? Come here, let me talk to you for a second. You get the number, you hook up. People did it, you would see it. And now 25 years later, I'm out here. I don't see that. I haven't seen it one time. Exactly. When I'm out there on the streets, I'm out there on the metro, I'm out there. I got put boots on the ground. I'm getting around. Everybody's heads in their phone. Nobody acknowledges each other. And so I asked some of the younger guys, like, hey, how do you guys hook up now with these girls, man? Like, they're out there. I see them all, and they're just by themselves. Like, nobody's talking to them. They say Instagram. That's yeah, and it's so like what did Cheryl say, that the hookup was at the backyard party in the garage, and it was all good.
Not no more.
We were out there. We were out there on the streets hollering at them walking by, and now no, it's Instagram. That's this generation's hookup. Yeah.
And guess what? And
social media.
About that
social media
is that you could be whoever you want on Instagram. And
social media.
True.
It's like a false reality. It really is.
It is. And then when you meet them, now you're disappointed, right? When as time goes by. So yeah, you're right. Hookups have been going on forever, but it has changed. A lot has changed since then. But thank you for your contribution. And
thank you,
Miss iPhone. Miss iPhone, is that Roberta? Hi, Roberta. Any conversation? Any comment on the conversation tonight?
Good evening, everyone, and happy for those that came home. Welcome home. And the conversation, I came in pretty late, but it was very interesting.
She's smiling so hard.
Because but I relate to a lot of that.
Mm-hmm.
I relate to a lot of it. Yeah, I was like one of those people who came home, and then I never had dated before because I was young before I went to jail, so I didn't date. Mm-hmm. But then when I came home, I got dated, and it felt good. But then I got
romance. You said.
No, he wooed me. Like,
that's
the
romance.
door being open.
Yeah. He wooed you.
Yeah, he did. I was hood. So before going to jail, that wasn't like it just wasn't a thing. So all that happened for me. But then I got ganked. Yeah.
What? Got ganked.
You got ganked?
Yeah, I got my feelings hurt like that, But then I wanted to say something.
That's an old school one right there, Bert. You got ganked. That was an old school one. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I got my feelings hurt. But yeah, and then I wanted to touch bases with the one guy, with I think Darius, because he said all the girls is crazy. And then that is true, but some of us just have voices now, so it just might seem like we're crazy, but it's just that we bite back. It isn't that we're crazy, it's just that, like, it's happy half now. For me, it's happy half. Like, if I'm meeting you, you ain't about to be, no. I ain't getting ganked no more. I ain't getting ganked no more, so I just be alone.
Okay. But that's how we're gonna find the right ones, Miss Roberta. We're gonna find the right ones. It's all in the selection process, and we're gonna choose wisely.
But this is the thing about that thing I sent you, Noreen. That's what I wrote back on there and said to them, I want them to define what masculine is. Is it because we can speak our own mind now and we say no, and don't talk to me like that? Is that what they think masculine is?
Right.
And that guy irritated me, but read my comment I left on there. So,
yeah, but the guy corrected him though, and he checked him in a very good way. He let him know, listen, you want him to take all the responsibility and all of this for the stuff that you didn't do, and then now you mad because they act like men, and that was a thing. I want to give Rufus and Chester an opportunity. Comments on the topic.
Black women.
Oh, I like the topic. I think the topic is fantastic, and with me, I want a woman that can think and smart, because we can go places. And I think we need to be able to distinction between love and lust. We know when we meet a woman the first time what it is with a man, it's always lust, So, and then I think you have to be able to set boundaries, express yourself, communicate, tell a person what you want, and that's the way you're going to balance your relationship. If you don't do that, then, it's going to sink. So
And the
that's
thing
why.
about it is you got to know yourself to be able to tell them what you want.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. Know who you are first. And a lot of dudes come out of prison, and I look at it like this here. If you establish yourself, everything else gonna come. Everything else is gonna come. But don't get me wrong, them dudes been gone a long time. They do want some of the kitty cat. So
Yeah, look, and the business out there too. Don't get it twisted. The one coming home fresh out. Oh yeah, that we on his ass too. Don't get it twisted.
And you got girls. You got girls.
women are the bomb.
Just like Miss Cheryl, he wanted to be the first one with you. Oh, that's a myth too. Oh, you want him as soon as he come out. Look, I hate to be the spoiler alert. Half the time that shit ain't working when they first come home, but that's a whole nother story. But anywho, Mr. Rufus. But anywho, okay, we're gonna talk about that's a topic for another day. Mr. Rufus, your comments on the conversation.
Once again.
Sorry. Wait. But nephew say me and his mama, we can't do nothing. Timeout, we done. He putting us on timeout, no punishment. What they got to do with things? Okay. Well, okay. You know how aunties are about their nephew. Listen, be nice. Okay. Because my nephew say he can't handle it. Okay, Rufus, we're back now. What was it?
Wow. Once again, you guys said a lot, and it's like you guys said so much that I don't know where to start at. But one thing I got to say, the women here on Free to Heal, if you can just bottle all this up and just get one woman out of all that, I'll be super happy.
Sign up, huh? Sign you up, huh?
Right. Because and I say that
You're
because
not your friend over here no more, man.
Why? What happened?
We turned from him last week, didn't we?
Oh no, but he listen, he came in. No, but you wasn't here when he was trying to be nice and everything. He was trying to get together.
It's over. I'm here. It's over.
Rufus, we still
No, we not. Wait till you pull out. Don't worry about it.
We still your friend, Rufus.
Pull out, baby.
We still your friends,
Pull
and I'm not.
Okay. I started to pull up today, but I was working out and I didn't have enough time to get there.
Whatever. Any excuse to do, it's okay.
Are they still on me?
Right here.
I'm bringing Chester with me, so.
Still right here.
Don't worry about it. Keep that a couple days. Go out here now.
Okay.
Hey, Chester,
But
are you here?
Chester,
Okay.
What are you here?
Because guess what?
Thank you.
Because guess what? When we love you, we really love you, and we really
absolutely.
Chester can use it too.
don't be listening to her. Don't be
And I
listening
feel
to her.
it.
No,
I feel the love. Yeah.
All that bullshit.
I will.
We'll see you soon, Rufus. Okay.
I will.
Austin and Central, baby.
What you say?
Y'all drop it like you come out.
These people crazy. Okay, I gotta let Miss Cheryl say her final comments, and then I gotta check out the folks in the room. Okay, go ahead, Miss Cheryl. What's your final comments, honey?
Ooh, I've been commenting all night.
Long as
you guys
good,
be
I'm
careful.
good. I just want to give you opportunity. I don't want to cut you short. Oh, she driving now. Okay. Yes. Okay. And then I'm gonna Davion. Any final comments from you, baby?
Basically, I've been missing. I'm here now. I like this group. I like that because it's like you got mother figures, uncle figures, auntie figures, friends and everything here. But the topic, we touch everything. You know what I mean? I like everybody being honest. I'm always gonna be honest. You know what I mean? And I learned from this.
You know, and I always got something.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's about. I feel like she said, everybody should go their own to the halfway house and get out of jail. Everybody, because you get this. It's like this. When you stand with somebody and they rushing you and stuff, and you're not stable mentally, you leave out the house offset. You know what I mean? It's better to leave out the house when you ready to leave the house. So everybody should go get their own spot, halfway house, and then try to date and stuff after that. Because at the end of the day, you don't even know who you are yet.
Awesome. Yeah. Awesome. Thank you. Ms. Di?
I enjoyed the conversation. I want to say welcome home to you guys once again.
Mr. Ben, any comments from you?
Just I'm gonna say thank you. I learn every Tuesday. I learn something.
Okay.
You know, and this is a good topic tonight.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Okay.
Mr. Doyle, let me come back there so you can.
It's on now. It's on now. Now start. Your home is not ready to alarm.
All right. And okay. So I want to say to everybody, thank you all for being here with us. Thank you for spending your time. Thank you for your honesty. Thank you for the input. I have to give a special shout out tonight to Miss Cheryl because you were off the chain tonight with the role play. It was incredible. I want to say, Rufus, come on through, baby. Don't you be worried about her. We're gonna be happy to have you anytime. Miss Roberta, I hate that you were not here physically tonight because I painted my toenails green and I couldn't wait for you to see them because that's your favorite color. And so, yes. And so I love you guys all. Thank you.
I'll be there next week if I ain't got to work.
Okay, you're gonna be here next week to find out.
If I
Okay,
ain't got to work.
That's Rufus. He's gonna be here next week.
I can't hear sometimes what you say.
If I don't have to work, I'll be there next week.
Okay, good.
Okay.
I'll be here.
And so again, this has been another great session of Free to Heal. As you can see, we come here. We are really trying to be honest. As much as we're having fun,
We are being honest.
as much as we having fun, we're being honest. And these are real things that people go through every day. And we're trying to help us heal and be better. Because the thing of it is, once you identify that there's an issue, like Mr. Hilton, he understood that he had a bad relationship that led him to incarceration. So he knows that needs to be worked on. Once you've identified that, well, how do you avoid those same things in the future? And if we're not talking about how we get better, then we just wasting time. And so I thank you all for being here, Free to Heal. We hope to have you come back. You can check us out on YouTube. You can check us out on Instagram, all the social media sites, Facebook, everything. Leave us your comments. If you want to have us talk about a topic, by all means, let us know. And we'll see you guys next week at Free to Heal. Bye, you guys. See y'all later.
All right, later on the ring.